All right, here's our first example for solving a system of equations using the substitution method. So our example is we have two equations here, x plus y equals 42, and we have x equals 5y. Up here on the right, I have the Desmos graph of those equations. So the x plus y equals 42 is the red line, and the x equals 5y is this blue line, and the point of intersection is 35, 7. But we're going to ask you to solve this algebraically many times in this class. So we need to know how to do that. So we already know what the answer should be, but how are we going to get there algebraically? So step one, see how we have x equals 5y? Well, since x equals 5y, we can actually substitute 5y into x for the first equation. And the reason why we can do that is at the point of intersection, we know that x equals x, and y equals y for both equations, right? So x equals x, they'll both be 35. Y equals y at that point, it'll both be 7. So that's why we can substitute 5y in for x. And now what we end up getting is 5y plus y equals 42. So that's our first step. All right. Now sometimes, I'm starting off with baby steps here, example one, sometimes we have to rewrite one of these equations to have either x equals, or as we'll see in a later example, we also could do the same thing if we have y equals something, substitute into the other equation. All right, so step two for this example is we're going to solve for y. So that's pretty straightforward. We have 5y plus y equals 42. We combine like terms here, and we get 6y equals 42. And we divide both sides by 6, and so we get y equals 7. Now, that is not our answer. And the rookie mistake when students are first learning how to do systems is they stop right here. Remember what we're finding. When we solve a system of equations, we're trying to find that point of intersection. All right, on our graph here, a little cheat sheet, we know we're going to try to find 35, 7. So we're not done when we have just y equals 7. So you always think, what are you trying to find? We're trying to find an ordered pair, so I need x and a y. So what do you think our next step's going to be? And that's right. We are going to now substitute the y equals 7 back into either equation. Doesn't matter which one. I'm going to pick the easier one, I think, was x plus y equals 42. But you could have also done x equals 5 times y. You can use that equation as well. I'm going to use the top one. So x plus 7 equals 42. Right? We substitute the y with 7. And so then we get, subtract 7 from both sides, we get x is 35. Just for fun, let's do it with the other equation. If I plug in 7 for y here, let's just do this one together. If I go x equals 5 multiplied by 7, I get the same thing, right? I get x equals 35. All right, are we done? Not quite. It is a system of equations, so how do I want you to show me the final answer? What's the final answer going to look like? That's right. We want an ordered pair now. So our last step here is we're going to write the ordered pair, which is the x is 35, the y is 7, and we have our solution algebraically.